There's the back. Bringing it up, that's not too bad. Okay, let's get that sound going so you can hear me. Alrighty, so what do we need to do? We need to grab this body, and we've got that body. We need to get in there and drill those holes. I've got the drill bit too. I've got black hardware. It's got Mr. Glynn's Cruel Mistress vintage telly pickups, brass saddles, bone nut. It's all good. Where the weed at? What's going on? Thank you for the follow. Good to see you. Welcome on in. Oh! Okay, so that's that guy there. But that's to show you that copper-looking red cedar when it really gets polished up. It really looks copperish. Go on top. So that's what we did there. That back's going to be sensational. That is so smooth. Very smooth. Ha! Absolutely. They are drums. They're percussion instruments as well as string instruments. They can be used. If you watch the old flamenco guys playing, the old Spanish guys, they're doing all that stuff. They're going tippa-tappa, tippa-tippa-dum, ring, 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 tippa-tappa, tippa-tappa, dum, ding, dum, dang. So it's all good. Right, here we go. There's the back. Bringing it up, that's not too bad. Okay, let's get that sound going so you can hear me. Alrighty, so what do we need to do? We need to grab this body, and we've got that body. We need to get in there and drill those holes. I've got the drill bit too. I've got black hardware. It's got Mr. Glynn's Cruel Mistress vintage telly pickups, brass saddles, bone nut. It's all good. Where the weed at? What's going on? Thank you for the follow. Good to see you. Welcome on in. Oh! Okay, so that's that guy there. But that's to show you that copper-looking red cedar when it really gets polished up. It really looks copperish. Hey everyone, how you doing? Manny here from the Guitar Show. Can you guys see me? I can't get a look at where I am. Oh, you can obviously see me. I can't see myself though, so I might have to how do I refresh this thing? Let me have a look at this. I've just as you may have noticed, welcome on in everybody. Good to see you again. As you may have noticed, I've got a new preview reel, and whilst it seems to work okay, it seems to have frozen my screen, so even though you can see me and hear me, I can't monitor what's going on. So I'm going to try and just refresh that and see what's going on. If I can switch pages, I might have to stop the stream and refresh just for a sec. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Okay. So it seems to do the right thing when I flick over. I just can't see what's going on my screen here. So I'm going to try and refresh that. If I refresh that, reset user interface, that might do it. You might lose me for a minute. If I do, I'll be back in a sec. There we go. How's that? And that didn't do anything. Oh, okay. We got it back. Yay. Okay, we're live and ready to rock and roll. What's going on? Can you guys still see me? Let me just get my docs up. Docs, chat. There's my chat. Okay, cool. I should be back now. live and kicking, as we say in the industry. How you doing, Terry? Good to see you. You are indeed first. Rage, you are a quick second, which is pretty much as good enough for me, if you ask. If you ask me, what am I looking for? Twitch activity feed. I'll get that up as well. Sorry, guys, I'm just getting my screens reset up. Okay, we're good to go. Kind of quiet. Yeah, I turned down the volume a little bit. Let me turn that up a little bit then, shall we? Let's turn that up a touch. Good feedback here. I've just made some adjustments, that's all. There we go. How's that? That should be... Hang on a second. Beep, 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 beep. How's that? That should be okay. Nice and loud. Should be good. Should be good to go. Excellent. Right. Orby's in the house. What is going on? How did GA go? Oh, Terry, thank you for asking. He played really well. They went down 1-0. They had a loss. It was only a trial game, so pre-season. But it was good to get a hit out, and he's improving every day. So he's very happy, and he's got another game next weekend, so we'll see how he goes. All right, cool. Now, where are we up to? Okay, we're working on that Viking Odin left-handed. Okay, we're going with the flame maple. We're going with an ebony board. We're going to put runes, mother of pearl runes on that guy all the way down there. The body, we've started cutting some very sharp scoops and flutes out of there. Okay, start looking at that. It's what he wants. That's going to be painted, of course, to match the rest of the colour, and there'll be a black burst around there. But we're going to put that on hold because he's having second thoughts about colours and things, so I don't want to work on this, and I may have to reuse this body for another build. So I'm going to put this aside until we're confident and clear on what is wanted and needed. And we're not going to see this guy for a little bit. But what we do have is I've got the materials I'm going to use for the 24-hour build, and I want to plug this stream. And we've also got some new materials that arrive for another order, another Jazz Master hybrid order. And that's going to be a hollow body or a chambered with a cap, a beautiful fiddleback, red gum fiddleback, flamed red gum top, and it's going to be carved, so it's going to be nice and round. Let's put this guy away. Let's show you the new wood that has arrived. Okay, this is for the 24-hour build. So without further ado, let's get down to the workbench. Okay, workbench is here. We've got streaky ebony. That's going to be the fretboard. Lots of colour, lots of dark chocolate, lots of black. We're going to make that the fretboard. Canadian flamed maple neck on that. And we have an ash body. Okay, and I've put some spirits on there to show you the grain. Now, this guy is going to be very interesting. We always do a little bit of artwork. I'm not going to actually draw anything on this guy. What I'm going to do is an interesting effect with the paint or with the stain. I'm going to stain this body. I'll pour some spirits on there just to show you. It's quite an ordinary ash body, nothing unusual. You can see lots of straight grain, lots of lines. But what we're going to do is we're going to break that up by making this a very, very zebra style build. We're going to have Mav's in the house. How you doing? We're going to have this stained in a dark black stain, and then we're going to, over the top of that, go a white filling for those grains, for the grain pores. That white will bite into that grain, and then we sand that down and wipe off the excess white, and you'll have a black body or a very dark body, and every little line of grain will be accented in a white. So you're going to have a black and white zebra style, free-flowing grain. The grain's going to pop like an X-ray, and it's going to be very, very... I'm going to try it out on some scrap first and see what effect we get. Who'd rated just then? It is the Karen Day Show in the house. Krusty Customs 1873, thank you for the follow. Karen, how are you? How was your stream? You did beautiful work today, guys. If you haven't checked out Karen, check her out. Give her a follow. Please shout that lady out. Thank you very much, Terry. Check that girl out because she is doing amazeballs things with wood and burning wood. And she just finished burning some artwork and some imagery on a guitar that Hank Budd is building, and it looked magnificent. Karen, well done. Very, very proud of you. You did well. Cowbell. We want more cowbell. Where is that thing? It's up here. Every time someone falls, we get a cow. So there's our ash body. Nice piece of swamp ash. Or mountain ash, actually. It's not swamp ash. There is a knot on the back. I don't care. I'm going to leave that in there. I'm actually going to... This side's going to look really interesting because you've got lots of runs going around that knot. We're going to go black over that, white over the black, and that knot will pick up the white, and it'll be like a round spot with all the white, all the grain around it, thin streaks of white everywhere. That grain's going to pop, and then we're going to have a black background. It's going to be really interesting. This is going to be the giveaway. So this guy here, okay, there's some Hank juice on there to show you that grain. There's lots of grain. You can see those rings and lines and all sorts of things. And we're going to get the color on there. And of course, we're going to go with a, not this one here, but similar, Canadian flamed, beautiful flame maple neck. And we're going with an ebony fretboard. And that's going to be a beautiful combo. Mr. Glynn is donating. He's such a wonderful person. And let me give him a plug because he deserves it. Glyn Evans from New Zealand is a hand-winding guy that makes me telly pickups and some other things as well. He's donating the pickups for this, a set of Cruel Mistress pickups, which sound amazing. If you don't believe me, ask Willie won't go because she's got a set and she loves them. Okay, Miro, thank you very much for being here. You get some sleep and enjoy your evening and enjoy your slumber. Orby's in the house. Good to see him always. Our friend Greg there, and he's always jumping around. Rage is here as well. And the other Terry's here as well. 2 Terrys. You can never have enough Terrys, let me tell you. Okay, and now let me show you what we're going to build with this new commission. So this guy's going to be the end of February, guys. I will post the date in the next week or two, probably about a week out. You'll definitely know the date and time. It'll be over a weekend. I'll be building this in 24 hours. And like we did last time, I'm going to be auctioning it live on the stream. And the auction will run for a week or so after the stream as well to give everybody a chance of bidding for those. And I'm going to promote the bejesus out of this piece because I want to get as much money as I can for the Children's Hospital. All proceeds go to the Children's Hospital. So we're going to make sure that they get as much as they deserve. And I will hit it hard on Facebook. I'll hit it hard on YouTube. I'll hit it hard on Instagram. I'm going to hit it hard. I'm going to hit it hard right over the whole gamut of social media. Okay, so we're going to put this guy away. Started cutting out some cutaways there. Very sharp, very, very, very axe, very Viking. Okay, this is the Odin build. We're going to put this guy away until he decides what he wants with colours and that, because I think we're going to have to change that. And this guy we're going to put away as well. And what we're going to do now is show you what we're building for another customer that just decided to order this one based on one that I was working on recently. So I'll put this guy away. Just pop it down there. I'll put the ash body away. I'll show you what this one's going to be. It's a chambered mahogany body. So we've got some beautiful mahogany that's just come in. This guy here, beautiful ribbon grain on this. Have a look at that guy. So the back is going to stay mahogany. The front is going to be chambered. Okay. We're going to have, the neck is already, I'm going to use this neck here, which was meant to go on one similar to this, but the guy changed his mind. So we have a flame maple neck with a ebony fretboard already fretted up. And that guy's going on there. Black hardware. Let me get the cap and show you what's going on there. First things first, let's get the, where is the template for that? It's over here. Show you the shape we're talking about. Template, where are you? Aha! This guy here, which you will remember. There's the shape. So we're doing one of these guys, second one of these guys. Okay, we've got a chamber through here, a chamber in here, and we've got volume, tone, 2 EMGs, and an F-hole in there. And of course, that's just the ring there. The cap that's going on that is this guy here. It is an Australian wood. It is red gum, which is a eucalypt. You'll see why they call it red gum in a minute. And it is, as Rage would appreciate, it is fiddleback, heavily flamed. Heavily flamed. That guy there, I will show you what that guy looks like with some hank juice on there. Get the hank juice out. Thank you for the clap, Matt. Mahogany Chambers. It is the one, Leslie. It's a wonderful name for. And this is red gum, and you can see the colour when we get some water on there or some spirits on there. That's why they call it red gum. It is a beautiful, beautiful amber, or not amber, actually red, almost plum red. That's a native Australian red gum, eucalypt, and it's got a lot of flame. And that's going to be the cap for this guy. And it's a good 10 millimeters thick. We're going to carve that. It's going to have a carve. A very gentle carve. And this body. So there's that flame for Rage. To have a look at that. Rage, what do you think of that, my friend? Red gum. Is it one of your favourites now? Okay, that guy's going on there like so. There's that beautiful, beautiful guy. Check this side as well. This might be the dress side, I think, that he's picked because there's some nice lines through here as well. Give that a little squirt. Yeah, that's beautiful. Look at that guy. Rage, what do you think of that? Yes? Do you approve? Do you agree? I think Rage is going to have nightmares and dreams about this piece here. And that's going to be stained and faded. So we're not going to leave it natural. We're going to go a dark stain on that. And it'll all come out. And I'm going to experiment, of course, to get the right shade. It's a smashing piece of wood. It is a very nice piece of wood. A beautiful cap. You can see the thickness there. It's about half an inch. So it's thick enough to do a carve. It's a drop top. So we're going to put that drop top on there. Bang. Let it dry now because it's quite wet. And that will raise the grain extremely well. Show you on the other camera, get some different lighting on it, give you guys a good look at the colour of this guy. That's Australian red gum right there. Okay, and it's flamed, as you can see. Red gum. And it's, you can't really see the flame as well as you could on the other side. There's the back of that. It's a very red wood. It's a very dense wood. It's very heavy. But in pieces this thick, it's quite manageable. So, jelly, it is. Don't be jealous. All beautiful. I am liking this piece, guys and girls. I am liking it a lot. There we go. Look at that. Look at that guy. Lots of stuff going on there, okay? And you can see it better, of course. We drop that back down there. And there it is. Look at that. There's lots of figure there to play with, is there not? Absolutely there is. Okay, and that's the side, and you can see all that beautiful grain running through there. Okay. What type is it? It's red gum. R-E-D-G-U-M. Red gum. In Australia, we've got blue gum, red gum, snow gum, eucalyptus trees. I can't tell you the exact species or the genii. I don't know the official scientific name for it. They're an Australian eucalyptus tree. Australian red gum, that's right, that's a red gum. You can get blue gum, which is a slightly grayer colour. You can get spotted gum, which you've seen me use, very hard, good for decking and outdoor furniture. It's very resistant to the sun. They make telegraph poles out of spotted gum. It's hard as a rock and lasts for years. You've got snow gum. You've got iron bark. You've got an iron bark is very like iron wood. It's very strong, and they use it for railway sleepers on the tracks. Lots of hardwood species in that gum family, the eucalyptus family, and blue gum is the one that the koalas like to live in. The little koalas like to live in and eat the blue gum leaves. They don't eat all gum leaves. They have a specific preference because of the nutritional value in that leaf, and it is the blue gum, I believe, that they need. It is so pretty. Yes, I do hate it, but it's okay. Go for it. Look, Rage, the American woods and the Northern American woods are very beautiful to us as well. Like that Canadian flame maple and spruce and stuff like that you guys have got up there, and redwood is phenomenal. So it's about, I think we're on par. You've got some beautiful woods up there as well, particularly some of the walnuts and cherries and spalted stuff that you get up there. So anyway, I'm happy that you're happy. Now what we're going to do is work on a body shape. We're going to start working on this guy. So I'm going to flip you to the bench. We'll mark it out and see where everything's got to go. Okay, so let's take this guy away. Mark this guy out so we know where to chamber and what to chamber. A lovely piece of mahogany. And we're going to draw it. Of course, we always start with a nice big center line down these guys so we can see what we're working with. Let me put my center line down this guy. Alrighty, there it is. There's our center line. We know where the middle is now, and that's just two pieces already glued together. So we know exactly what we're doing and where it's all going. And we're going to pop this guy on here now and mark out the body for cutting. So it'll be a bolt-on neck. In actual fact, we have the neck ready already. The neck was going to go on another guitar, but the guy wanted a set neck, so we gave it a set neck. There's our body shape, which is our custom based on the old Fender Jazz Master. Fender Jag, it's the Jaguar's a different model. It's the Jazz Master, and we've extended that top horn there and given that a Les Paul style horn instead of the traditional sort of telly one that they had, or the pointy one that they had. It's a little bit more Les Paul, so a little bit streamlined, and of course we fattened this back side out a little bit and elongated that to make it a little bit off-centered. Single cut. It's a new shape. Yeah, I've used this shape once before. There's a prototype I've got here. I made a guitar. Here's the prototype, you may remember. So it's going to be very similar to this guy here. This is the prototype model that I made to show the guy what it was going to look like. So that's, you can see the carve. Okay. That one's got 4 Gibson style controls, 2 pickups and a switch up here. So chambered on both sides. It's got a cap on it, and it's got the binding all the way around it. This will be bound as well. So that's the that's the battery box, control box. So that's the prototype model that we built and tested out, the build, to get the dimensions and everything else right. We would buy all the coal on Hawaii. Absolutely, we would. Raging Manny, that is. Well, look, we're gonna go there. We're not only we're gonna drink margaritas, which we both don't drink probably. Margaritas, that is. Anyway, this is the neck that's going on that guy. All right. There's the back of that guy. That's already oiled up and ready to go. We've got the profile cut out there. We've only got 3 holes there. We've got to give it a 4th in there. It's going to have a tapered neck at the back, so the body's going to go down in like that, and you're going to have 4 countersunk holes with the screws going through the body without a plate. They'll be set with their guides in there. There's the shape of that guy. Put this guy away. We'll grab our saw. We'll start cutting this guy up and seeing what that beautiful mahogany is going to look like. God bless mahogany. It's a beautiful piece of wood. Nice to work with too. Okay. Let's cut this guy out. No, actually, I lie. I'm not going to cut it out. What I'm going to do is mark out. Here we go. What do we got? We got a RAID BC23D. What is going on? Westery1, thank you for the follow. BC23D. You must be related to R2D2 and C3PO. That's my very bad dad, Star Wars dad joke. But welcome on in, guys. Thank you very much. How was your stream? Did you have fun? What are you up to? Thank you for the shout out, Terry. Welcome on in, guys. We are just starting a new build. We are just starting. We've just marked out this guy. We're going to mark out where the pickups go. I need to know where they go. Measure out scales and things. We're going to actually put those in. Oh, actually, we can't do that yet because we're going to put a cap on this. So that's okay. We're going to cut this body out and get it all set. Then we'll start, we'll work on the body and get that guy lined up and ready to go. This is the cap that's going on. That is the cap. And that is flamed Australian red gum. We're going to put that guy on top. It's going to get a staining, a very dark, probably a dark charcoal. And we're going to pop those, lighten up those with a burst around the edge, lighter center, heart in the middle. And the neck for that guy is this guy here. Ebony. We've got abalone shell for the markers and Canadian flame maple. Oiled up with Danish oil, about 4 or 5 coats. Just a nice satin finish. Very smooth, glassy smooth. And that neck is pretty much good to go. That's the custom headstock that we make here at Shape at Melos. And it's based on the Telly style. And Godo tuners on that in that cosmic black, which is that metallic black. How are we doing there? Royal Nomi, what's going on? Thank you for the follow. BC23D, thank you for the follow on Western area. I hope you guys are doing well. What's going on, guys? Great to see you. We're just starting a new build here. We've got some Australian woods. My name's Manny. This is the Guitar Show out of Sydney, Australia. Welcome on in, guys. Thank you for being here. Good to see you here. We're streaming to 3 platforms. We're live on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. So check out all our links, our socials. We've also got our Twitch page will show you where all our other socials and our contact details are on. And we do custom guitars based out of Sydney, just here in my own little workshop that I've set up for myself. Handmade, boutique, one-offs, some repeated models, takes on popular things. What have we got? I can show you a couple of guitar models. We've got this guy in the works at the moment. It's got some Australian flamed black butt, and that's been stained. You can see the quilt on that guy there. We're working on that guy. We're cutting some cutouts very sharp. This is Odin. It's going to be a left-handed Swedish death metal axe with a very, very funny scale. But that's the body we're working on there. We've got other things like this one. Take an old idea like a Les Paul and hollow it out. Use Purple Heart for it. And some Australian flame black butt on the neck there, the snakeskin option as we call it. Queensland maple neck, vintage bursts all round. And that guy is hollowed, chambered on both sides. And that's going to someone in the States. This is JMO's old guy that we got back. The neck was broken. So I built a new neck, reset a new neck in that, and that's just about ready to go to him. I've had it sitting around for a little while, but I've got the electrics in there. Just got to wire those guys up and close that up, string it up and play that. We might do that next week, I think. Get that out of the way. So that's just showing you a little bit of the stuff we do. I do like to use native woods where I can. I do use combinations of native woods. Always put an little Australian spin on it. We have got a giveaway coming up at the end of, not a giveaway, a auction for charity coming up at the end of February. It is a Telecaster. It's going to be on a beautiful piece of mountain ash, like this guy here. We're going to have an ebony fretboard and a flame maple neck, and Mr. Glynn's vintage vibe pickups that are beautifully vintage voiced, hand wound in New Zealand by Glyn Evans. He's donating those to us very kindly, and the proceeds of that auction are going to go to the Children's Hospital in Westmead, Sydney, and I'm going to build it in 24 hours straight. I did it last year. This is our second year of streaming. Our second year anniversary is going to be at the end of Feb. We are going to stream 24 hours and get that built on the air, live and kicking. So thank you for that plug, Terry. Yes, absolutely. I think it's .com. Maybe it is. Or .co.nz. It could be .com. But look up Google Mr. Glynn's pickups. Have a look at what he's got. He's got some phenomenal stuff, and there's lots of clips on there with sound bites so you know what they sound and play like. Lots of video with good guitarists playing his voiced pickups. You took it off the internet. Terry, you are also always efficient. Terry GR, everybody. Give her a follow. Big shout out for Terry GR, somebody. Terry, give yourself a shout out. She's magnificent. Everyone needs to follow her. Let's get back to this and do some work, right? I'm going to get rid of this guy. I'm going to use the little saw that I've got here, just a hand saw. Our little jigsaw. I'm just going to cut around this guy here, rough cut, and get started. So we'll put the cap away. We've got to get that glued and set up as well, which we won't be doing now. But let's work on this guy here, see what we can get cut out. I will show you. No, I won't show you that now. Let's set this up here. We'll get cutting. So I'll generally just do it nice and slowly by hand, get as close to the line as I can, and that way we're in a good place to then sand the edges smooth. I don't use routers to route the bodies anymore. I used to, but I found that there's more control just doing by hand and sanding on the drum sander on the drill press, because I don't like these tight corners. You get a lot of tear out sometimes. For all good intents and purposes, you try and route the right way. Sometimes the the bit bites a little bit too hard and takes a chunk out, and it's not great. Yes, get those follows in, Westery. Ha! Follow Terry, follow Terry, follow Terry. Yes, Mark B. Bumstead, what's going on? Follow that man as well. He's a good luthier too. He makes some interesting stuff, let me tell you. Marky Mark, you probably missed it. I don't know if you saw the flamed red gum, Australian red gum. This is the cover that's going at the top that's going on this. Okay, lots of flame on that, baby. And that's going to be popping like crazy when we get that guy on there. And it's about a 12 mil or a half an inch thick. So we're going to do a little bit of a carve, a very light one, probably five level, not 7 like say Les Paul, which is a little bit bulbous. We're going to stick to about 4 or 5 terraces. And I generally terrace route these guys. So what I do is I mark out a series of concentric contours and I terrace up like that. I route around each contour about a 1/16 of an inch each time. So we probably do about 4 or 5 at a 1/16, and that'll get us to a very gentle curve. You and Rage are getting all the good wood. We get all the good wood. Look, we've got some good wood, but I'm sure you can get your hands on some good stuff too. Yeah, yes, please, Westery, follow that man. He is awesome. You'll fit in well, absolutely, as Terry says. Yep, yeah, no, we appreciate it, Westery. Yeah, absolutely, we appreciate it, my friend. We all are a very tight community. It's a great little community here. Everyone has fun. We don't take it too seriously. We have a good laugh, and we enjoy ourselves. Let me put a mask on. Terry, what do we need? A mask. What else do we need? Safety first, as Mav would say. Let me put this dust mask on and get some goggles on so I don't get anything flying up into my eyes. Nothing but trouble. Absolutely. Trouble's a good thing. Bring it on. Naomi, you're not going to regret it. He's awesome. Mask ourselves up. Get some goggles on. I might use my glasses if I can find them. They're probably upstairs. That's okay. Alrighty, let's go. Helps if I put a battery in it. Just so you guys can see. lovely piece of mahogany. We'll make something out of that. It's a great wood to work with. So this shape here is based on the Fender Jazz, I should say. And I've extended this horn up here, and I've turned it into like a Les Paul shaped horn as opposed to the normal ones that the Jazz Masters have. This back end, of course, elongated that out a little bit more, a little bit off shape. And that's the shape that we're using. Whew. Okay. Let's carry on. Let's get some lines down here to mark out where those chambers are going. Before I cut the rest of the body out, I will mark the chambers out because sometimes I use the extra space up here to work the router down into these cavities. So the chambers are going down here. Beep, 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 beep. We're going both sides. We're going one side. We're going both sides. Okay. So what I'm going to do is mark out where these guys need to go. Grab a rule, measure those out. I'm going to allow 12 centimeters, 11 centimeters right through the middle. So grab 11 on either side. And that's going to serve a purpose to A, have enough on either side to screw in the rings for the pickups, and also wide enough to put any bridge we choose to go on there. Now I do think I've got a hip shot bridge that we're putting on this guy. So it'll accommodate an 80 millimeter hip shot bridge with an inch on either side to give it a little bit more, a bit of meat, support that. longer one. Get the 18-inch rule. Right down there. Straight down. Okay, so there's our blank in the middle. Our chamber, therefore, is going to be right here. And just go parallel to the sides. Got to go. So that's one chambered area there. The F hole will go in here. And on this side, we're chambering as well, but we're not putting an F hole on this side. Just we're going to have the buttons down in here, the controls down here. So this side, we've got a very fine chamber here. Okay, and there's our chambers, and that's where they're going to go. Now, before I go in, actually, I'm going to cut the rest of this guy out. We can route that later. We've got to drill some holes through here. But first things first, I want to cut the rest of this body out and get it pretty much roughed out before we put some holes in here to get those chambers done. Lisa's in the house. Willie won't go. Let me catch up with the chat, guys. I don't want to ignore you guys completely. Let me see how you're doing. How you going, Lisa? Good to see you. Your internet's doing well. That's great. I wish my internet was doing well. Actually, we're not doing too bad. We're not dropping too many frames or anything like that. I'm just looking at my settings to make sure everything's looking okay. I think we're doing all right. Okay, let me know if you guys, if I'm dropping out or doing funnies. Now, just remember, guys and girls, subscriptions. We don't take subscriptions or Twitch donations of any sort. We are multi-streaming, multicasting. So therefore, as an affiliate, you cannot do that as an affiliate. So I've given up my affiliate status. I'm just an ordinary Twitch streamer now, and I'm pushing out to other platforms as well. So if you do want to contribute to support this stream, you can via the tips link. !tips will get you to our webpage. You can donate whatever you want to. It's not you're not obligated to do so. It's only off the goodness of your own hearts, and there is no requirement to do so. Let me just stress that out. I'm not asking for money. But I'm saying if you feel like helping out with the stream, by all means, you can contribute through the tips link. Thank you very much, Terry. We're all good here, going well. Excellent. Willie, what's going on? How's Waylon Jennings? Or Waylon, Van Walen, I should call him, not Waylon Jennings. Okay, let's get back to it. Okay, so we've got to get the rest of this cut out, then we start looking at working some holes in this guy and chambering that out. Let's go to the bench again. Let's continue cutting this guy out. Almost finished. Take this corner off and we'll work down the sides here, and then we're pretty much done for that guy. We obviously have to trim and flush trim the edges properly, but we're going to get the chambers in first, seeing as we've got this in one big piece here on the bench. I better put my mask back on. Terry will scream and yell at me if I don't, and rightly so. He's great. Of course he is. Is he in a tree at the moment, or is he out of there? Is he climbing trees or cutting them down or putting them out or lighting them up? What's he doing? Okay. Let's go. We're almost there. One more go, just around here, and we're good. Get that off. And what we want to do is show you guys where we're up to. So earlier on, I was just talking about, for the benefit of Lisa and people that have come in a little bit later, this is mahogany. We're building one of these guys again. Okay. We're going with a native Australian red gum billet or a red gum cap that is heavily flamed. That guy there. Give you a little look at that. Looks pretty boring there, but I'll show you how that pops. Pop some water on there. That's why it's called red gum. It's got that beautiful red color. There we go. So that's going to, you can see lots of good stuff going on there. Red gum. Van Whalen, here he is. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Welcome on in. Yes, it is going to be beautiful. We're going to stain this guy a dark color. It's probably going to go a black, and then I'm going to sand it out so you can see the red through it. It's going to be quite interesting. I'll see how I go. I may even make it a light, like a dark grey, and have that red through it. It's going to be a good, interesting combination. Now, what we've got for the neck is this guy here. So we've got a Canadian maple neck, again flamed. We're going to keep it nice and neutral, especially when this goes a lot darker. This will pop a lot nicer. We've got ebony and abalone shell on that guy. There's a bit of gum on there. That's that resin. You can see tape. I had this taped up. Black hardware. And that's the neck for this guy. So we'll get that going. Great to see me too. Excellent. Thank you, my friend, for saying so. It was had a good little break, and now we're back. So took last week off. I had a couple of things to take care of, and we're back again this week. Now, I will show you the ash that we've got. We've got a piece of mountain ash, this guy here, that we're going to use for our giveaway. Not in everything. We're going to have this guy painted dark, stained dark. We're going to have all those and then covered in a white grain filler. We're going to rub all that back. The white grain filler is going to stick in the pores, and we're going to have a zebra, a black with very fine grey or light silvery lines all the way through this, through every grain, run of grain that we can find. Okay, a piece of ash. That's going to be our, not our giveaway, our charity stream, our 24-hour build. We've got Queensland, no, not Queensland. We've got Canadian maple, and for the neck as well, that's this piece here. Nice and flamed. We're going to get that guy, look at that flame in there. It's got lots of curl in there, curly stuff going on. And of course, a beautiful multicolored piece of streaky ebony for the neck, or for the fretboard, I should say. And we're going to put mother of pearl dots through there, nice and clean, beautiful, classic. Pronounced pattern at the edges, absolutely pronounced, very, very pronounced. But that red gum, flame red gum, is something else. But that's for our 24-hour build, which is coming up at the end of February. I will get those dates out to you guys very shortly. I'm just finalising a few things. On the 18th, I had my daughter's 21st birthday, so I won't be appearing that day because I'm taking her out to a fancy schmancy dinner with some friends and family. And the following week, though, I think we're going to do our bit. So I'm going to mark out some holes in here now where I want to drill some stuff. Let's see what we're going to do here. Yes, indeedy. Okay, I need the Forstner bits. These guys here. And we need a combination of things because there's different size. We've got a small chamber in here. We've got a larger chamber here. Obviously, the big guy, 30 mil across, is the biggest bit I've got. That's going to go in here. So I'm going to mark out some holes where we want this guy predominantly. And then we're going to route the rest clean with a router. in here. Somewhere in there. This side, of course, we need something a lot smaller than that. We'll go with this little baby guy, the 1/2 inch. And in some cases, something even smaller. The 3/8 maybe, or this 10, 9 mil, 8 mil, whatever it is. No, 3/8 is too small. Yeah, it's about 3/8. It should fit in there. Yes, it does. And then we'll go back to this guy. And then we'll go back to the big guy. Do the rest. Like so. We chamber these guys out, and then we're in the position to get the body shape right. Once it's chambered, we can start getting that cap together and glue that up and then drop that down onto here. And it's about 1/2 inch or so. Let me measure that. It might be 3/8. It's 3/8. It's not quite 1/2 inch. It's just on 10 mil, 11 mil. That's pretty good though, because what we're going to do is take 1/16 increments, and whereas the Les Paul has 7/16 of drop from the top of the carve to the bottom of the carve, a total height of 7 1/16 terraced increments, we're going to take fewer. We're going to take, instead of 7/16, probably 5/16 or 6/16, which is a little bit gentler than a Les Paul carve. We want it flat at the top though, because we're putting a hardtail flat, low flat bridge. We're not using a tunematic or anything that sits up on posts, so we don't need an angled headstock. We've got a flat headstock, a flat neck, I should say, and a flat bolt on. So we're going to go pretty much down to the surface, parallel with the neck. We don't need any degree 4 or 3 degree pitch on the neck, not even a 1 degree pitch. We should be pretty flat. And the top will stay flat and the sides will fall away as we carve that guy. LBG. Mr. Blackstone, what's going on, brother? Yes, we're making another one, and this one's going to be a little bit modified to the previous prototype that we made. We've got this Aussie red gum flamed cap to go on top. This beautiful, beautiful piece of goodness. Look at that. Lots of flame in there. Australian red gum, it is a eucalyptus tree, one of the gum trees that we have in Australia. Red, blue, white, or snow gum. We've got ironbark or ironwood. We've got all sorts of gum trees that are all hardwoods, and some of them are quite curly, like this guy here. Oh yeah, the neck's not flat, Willie. I didn't mean flat as in the curve of the fretboard. It will be a 12-inch radius. It's this neck here. What I meant was flat in terms of it sits like this. Bolt on straight into there, just like your Telecaster, just like Scylla, like that. Whereas the Gibsons or some of the built-in necks have that dropping away at 4 degrees down that way, because the bridges up the top of this very high bumpy area are a lot higher, so you need to get the strings down parallel coming from a height. So this is going to be flat in terms of parallel to the surface. Okay, that fretboard is 12-inch radius. You can see that's radiused already. Alrighty, now drilling this guy in. I'm going to do it by hand so you can watch. And I'm going to go down a certain depth. In other words, technically speaking, I should have this on the drill press, and I might just use the drill press instead. So let me go set up the drill press, and I'll come back, and I will get the camera in there so you can watch me press away, as they say. Give me a second. Just setting it all up. Grab that camera. I'll move that camera in there. We'll set that guy up so you guys can see what's going on. I'll just grab that camera and move it. Got some extension cords here. Long video cable. Down she goes, over that way. Okay, we're good to go. That'll reach, good. Get that guy into the other room. Let's see if that's working. I'll turn the sound on, of course. Where's our bench? There it is. We're going to refresh that guy. We'll turn on the sound, bench mic, that one there. It should be working if I refresh this camera. Look for the camera. There it is. Deactivate, activate. Boom, there we go on the drill press. Cool. That's in the other room. Let's move over. You should be able to hear me now. Yep, good. Okay. Alrighty, we're going to get this guy out. Set this guy up properly. Okie dokie. You see that? How's that looking, guys and girls? Oh, yeah, that looks all right. You can see that. Alrighty, what I need to do is, I've got that body there, I've got that there. I need to grab a ruler, just double check how far we've got to go down. I've got markings on that drill bit, so we're good to go. And JB's in the house. JB, what's going on? Good to see you, my friend. All right. Just measuring the thickness, how far down I've got to go. It should be about 1 inch to 1.5 inches down. Let's see where we've got the markings there. 30 mil, I think last time was. 30 millimeters, 35. 35 is a good depth. 35 is a good depth. Put that back up here. Let's check this guy here. I've got markings, but I'm going to set the depth gauge on this as well to 35. Okay, I've got a mark at 35, but I'm going to set the depth gauge as well, so that's going to make it a lot easier. So if I'm to drop this guy to meet, raise that. And we're going to drop down to 30 mil, which is right there. And that leaves us how much space? Perfect, about 1/4 inch. Right there. That's really good. Yep, that's good. So I want to stop that there. I'll put the stopper on that. Move that around. Test that out. Okay, a bit further down. Far. That's it, right there. So that should go down to where we want it. Let's check that depth. That's good enough. Problem is, I've got that a little bit too low. Just drop that a little bit. Okay, that's good. Let's double check this. It's got to drop. Perfect, that's it. We're good to go, guys and girls. I'll just grab a mask and we'll get started with our drilling. All right, how are we doing? Let's get that mask on. Dana, what's going on? Good to see you, Dana. We've started a new build and it's got some beautiful wood that you will appreciate and love. I'll show you in a little bit. We're going to drill some holes first. Okay, let's get over there. Let's do it. Royal Naomi's the follow earlier on. BC23D the follow and Westerly the follow. Thank you very much. BC with the raid. Karen Day with the raid. Terry 777, quadruple 7 with the follow as well. You look forward to seeing it. I'm going to show you the stuff in a second. Pretty things. There's lots of pretty things around here, let me tell you. Okay, are we ready, guys and girls? Here we go. We're going to start with these holes here. We'll do this side first, which is taking big bits only. Big bits only already. Fire this up. What's a man better? Another man better here. Okay, let's flip over. Let's do the big stuff down here first, and then we'll get the small stuff down in here. What's that look like? Can you guys see what I'm doing? You can see what I'm doing? Okay. Have a little break. I'll have some water, if I can find some water. Grab that in a second. How are we all doing, guys and girls? Hollow body guy, I'm guessing. Yes, Dana, it is chambered. So what we're going to do with that guy is we're going to chamber that guy, and we're going to put this Australian red gum, flamed red gum. You might be able to see all that flame. When I wet that later on, I'll show you when that's all nice and wet. That cap is about nearly ½ inch thick. We're going to carve that top, give it a nice carved top. Of course, 2 chambers in each side, 1 F hole on one side, and the buttons or the controls on the other side. Yes, get a drink. I must get a drink. Give me a sec. Alrighty. Cheers, big ears. He's looking up your old address. Ooh, that's a great color. You would love this. I'll show it to you nice and wet. You'll see what it really looks like. You'll what's the saying? You'll lose your marbles, as they say. Let me just put some water on there and show you that quickly. Put water on there. It's red gum. It's Australian red gum, hence the colour. But also it does take stain. I'm going to experiment with some dark stain because the customer wants a certain colour. And there's the red gum there. It's a little bit light. You can see the flame in that. There's lots of stuff going on there, but it's a beautiful red colour. But a little bit of black stain over that and then sanded back. I want to see what type of effect I get. It's going to be interesting to check it out. Anyway. The lament of the emotes. Oh my God. You're right. Let's put our mask back on. We'll go and drill the rest of those holes. I've got the other bits and pieces here. Tiny little Forstners. We've got to get into those local tight spots. So I'll grab those with me. We'll change those when we're done with the big one. Put this on again. Yep. The customer's had a rethink, Dana. This is Odin at the moment. There's Odin at the moment. We've got the scoops going down there as well. We're starting to work on those. Really sharp and very, very starting to get some scoops going down into there. We'll scoop those out and give that a little bit of dropping away contour. But that's Odin. It looks really good when you put some colour on there, some water on there. It darkens up nicely. Let me show you. I like this colour. I would go with this colour. There it is there. I like that colour. I like that effect. Let's see that. It is all character. Okay. Let's get back to that. Here we go. Okay, we've got to do this area first.
And then we'll put these on and do these little tight spots in there. Goggles, like this. Otherwise, Terry will have my guts for garters. Alright, let's switch over. Put this little guy in there, little baby guy. There's man glitter everywhere, as you can see. This is all beautiful man glitter. We love our man glitter. change that over. Check the depth of that guy, so we don't go through to the other side. Oopsie daisy. No, that's good. Perfect. Same deal. All good. I'll get this guy in here. There we go. Right there. These get clogged up a lot. Just have to clean them up. Okay, alright, last piece. We've got the bigger one. Look at this guy. Take the height. Spot on. Let's go. Okay. That's the chambering mainly.
That's hogged out most of the chamber on both sides. Let's have a look at that. There we go. So we've got our chambers in there. We need to obviously get the router now and clean those up, all those straight lines. We've left about 1/2 inch around the edges, and that's where that cap is going to glue down. That's the glue surface all the way around there. Glue surface all the way around there. Once we glue that cap on and trim it all down the shape. So this guy's getting trimmed down first. We're going to route those bits out clean. Then we're ready to put the cap on, trim the cap up, and then we can cut the neck pocket because we've got the neck, and obviously cut the pockets for the pickups, etc. There she is, starting to come along, mahogany, and we've got that redwood coming on top of it, so it's going to look like pretty good. Ladies and gents, that's all I've got for today. Let's see who's on. I'm going to raid someone and return the favour because they've been so good to me. What is going on? My phone is taking a little bit of time, so bear with me. Why aren't there community tool libraries? Hire shops. Wonder if those... You know what, Leslie? There is a thing called the Men's Shed here in Australia. It's a sort of a charity-based or volunteer-based community setting where there's a workshop donated or a designated building with people have donated big power tools and benches and what have you. And lots of guys go down there and it's called Men's Shed. It's part of the sort of the men's health initiative, mental health initiative. So, you know, people that have that need some friends around or need some common interests or hobbies to help them along that are struggling a little bit, and they're awesome. They're fantastic. Thank you very much, Mav. You are welcome indeed. So let's see, router then chisel. No, the other way around, Willie. Chisel then router. Let's have a look at who's on. I'm going to try and raid somebody because it's the right thing to do, as they say. Raids only work for Twitch streamers. Let's see what we've got. We've got who else is on? There's not many on at the moment. Risky Biscuit. Mary Amber. She's a funny kid, Mary Amber. Let's go to Risky Biscuit Band. I think that's what they're called. Aha! Sir Didymus, you are funny. Welcome on in. Let me just see if I can raid Risky Biscuit Band. Hope that works. Look, it's not even typing. Just bear with me for a second until my keyboard catches up. Any questions, guys and girls? Remember, end of February, we've got our charity stream, 24-hour build, Telecaster in 24 hours. I'm going to have the fretboard pretty much glued down to the maple neck, and we're going to have that there because we don't have time for the glue to set in that 24-hour period. But we will be pretty much, building the rest of it on stream. So 24-hour stream, end of February. I will get you those exact dates, and when we get there, we'll be auctioning that off a charity to the Children's Hospital here in Westmead in Sydney. Yes, indeed. Okay, guys and girls, I'm out of here. Thanks very much for dropping in. Hang around and watch the old Risky Biscuit Band. Hopefully that's taken. I don't know what's going on with that command. It looks like it's working. I'll see you guys soon. This is Manny from the Guitar Show. Be good. Look after each other. I'll see you in a couple of days. Actually, Thursday. So 2 more days, and then I'm back on the 3rd day. So until then, guys, take care. See you then. Bye for now.